Hello everyone, it's Sylvia here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about fundamental of programming. So before we start with programming, we have to understand few of the fundamentals to really understand any language, because just understanding a syntax of a program or just remembering the syntax won't get us very far. We really have to understand what's happening here or how everything is coming to the picture. So today we're going to talk about just that. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how the CPU works, or what is the CPU. We use computers in our everyday life. We use phones, laptop, PC, or whatever. Everything is a computer, and the main thing of this computer, or the brain of the computer, is the CPU, that is also called the processor or the microprocessor. Let me write it here. It's microprocessor. So anyone of you, if you're studying CSE or something similar, computer science, you're going to come up with a subject or topic, a microprocessor. So a microprocessor is made out of semiconductor technology that uses transistors to work. So transistors only understand two things: high voltage and low voltage. I'm talking about high voltage like 5 volt, not 500 volt or 5000 volt. It's just 0 volt or 5 volt. When we talk about this in computer science perspective, it's 0 and 1. So a CPU or a computer or processor, whatever you call it, only understands 0 and 1. This approach of writing code using 0 and 1 is called machine level language. This code format of 0 and 1, this is called machine level language. And when we write code using a machine level language, that is called a machine level language style of programming. So a program is basically every instruction you give to a computer put together. Like in machine level language, if you give an instruction to the computer, it might be 001001110, or division 1001101. So these are not the actual code, but I'm using something to just show you how it can be. So we put this machine level language code inside a file that will feed to the CPU, and our CPU gives us the output. And as we have said before, this style of coding is called machine level language style of programming or coding. But when we write small program, it's very easy for us to write this way, like not very stressful. But when we go for bigger or more complicated program, it will get very difficult for us. Very difficult. It would be hard to debug because it's only 0 and 1. If we do something wrong somewhere, it would be very, very difficult to find where that bug or error is. So we're going to have a lot of stress, and stress is really not good for our health, is it? So we needed a solution. That's when computer scientists came up with a new idea: mnemonics. We're going to use mnemonics to make our life easier. It will be easier than machine level language, easier to write, and very easy to understand. I mean, very easy than machine level language, of course. So then we used assembly level language. Assembly level language, or ALL, which is easier than machine level language. So, yep, we're going to write everything using assembly level language. In assembly level language, addition, division, multiplication, everything we write as add, div, mul. So these are terms we use in assembly level language instead of writing zeros and ones. It's very easy, right? But when we start to write a program, we remember that our CPU is telling us, I only understand 0 and 1. What is this add, mul, or div? Are you trying to confuse me? So we needed something to translate our code into something that the CPU will understand, which is zeros and ones, or machine level language. So we needed a magic in our life, and that magic is called an assembler. Assembler is a system software that takes our assembly level language, turns it into machine level language, which goes inside the CPU, and we get our output. It's very nice, right? It made our life easier. But wait, we can make our life more easier than this. We can write very difficult programs without using assembly level language, because when it comes to assembly level language, there are registers, memory allocation, etc., which is very difficult. Like, it's difficult for people like me to understand in most cases. Big brain people are something else. That's a whole different story. So the big brains people found another way, and that is using English or symbols. So instead of add, mul, or div, we can use plus sign, multiplication sign, or division sign, and use print, scan, else, if, while, true, false, etc., which is pure English, to write our programs. Now we can write hundreds, thousands a line of code very easily. Wow, now let's write something very complicated, very difficult, and show it to our friends. I can build anything now. But then I remember that CPU told us it only understands 0 and 1s. What is all this English? It doesn't understand it. It's not British or American or Australian. It's pure old CPU that understands 0 and 1. So then again some big brain people came into the picture and crafted something for us programmers and to help the CPU. So both of our lives got easier. And that is another magical tool. And this magical tool takes a high level language, which is this English-like thing that we use to write our code now, turn it into machine level language, which goes inside the CPU, and we get a happy CPU and our output. So that's how everything works behind the scene when we write code. But when did this high level language came into the picture? It came into the picture around 1960. Around 1960. So from then to now in 2025, we are still using high level language. So that would be all for today. I really hope I helped you learn something new today, and I really hope you guys will keep watching my contents and supporting me. This is the end. See you in the next video. So in the next video, I'll talk about this magical thing, or this compiler, how it works. That would be our next topic. So that would be all for today. Thank you for watching.